Welcome to today's lesson. In this video, we'll explore useful English words starting with the letter Q, together with simple meanings, natural examples, common collocations, and helpful word comparisons to expand your vocabulary. Let's get started. Quail, a small bird hunted for sport or food. They cooked a delicious quail for dinner. Quake, to shake suddenly or a sudden shaking. The ground quaked under our feet. Earthquake, a sudden shaking of the ground. The earthquake damaged many buildings, leaving thousands of people homeless. Qualification, a skill or certificate you need to do a job. You need a teaching qualification to work at this school. Do you have the qualifications for this job? Qualified, having the skills or certificates needed. She is fully qualified to be a nurse. After the training, she qualified to work as a teacher. She qualified to drive a bus last year. Qualify, to meet the requirements or reach the next stage. He didn't qualify for the final round. You must qualify for a loan. He qualified for the final race. He qualified as a doctor last year. She qualified as a lawyer in 2020. Quality, how good something. This fabric is of high quality. Honesty is an important quality in a friend. This restaurant is known for the quality of its food. Quality versus virtue. Quality means a characteristic or trait of someone or something. It can be good or bad. Example, laziness is a negative quality. Virtue means a morally good quality. It is always positive. Example, patience is a virtue. In short, all virtues are qualities, but not all qualities are virtues. Quantity, how much of something? We bought a large quantity of rice. Quality and quantity are often contrasted in English, and they combine in many common expressions. When it comes to friends, I prefer quality over quantity. I care more about quality than quantity when choosing a place to eat. In this restaurant, you get both quantity and quality. Don't focus only on quantity, quality matters too. This restaurant offers a good balance of quality and quantity. Quarantine, isolation to prevent disease spread. She had to stay in quarantine for 10 days. During COVID-19, people were required to quarantine to prevent the spread of the virus. Quarrel, an argument, especially between friends or family. They had a quarrel over money. Quarrel is formal or literary and means a heated argument, usually between people who know each other. But in modern usage, we more often say, fight, more emotional or physical. They had a big fight last night. Argument, spoken dispute. We had an argument about politics. Disagreement, milder, more neutral. There was a disagreement about the plan. Use fight or argument in everyday English. Quarrel sounds more old-fashioned or dramatic. Quarter, 1/4 part. A quarter of the cake is gone. We'll review the report every quarter. I need a quarter for the vending machine. Quarterly, happening every 3 months. The company sends out quarterly updates. Quartz, a hard mineral often used in jewelry or watches. We're putting in a quartz countertop in the kitchen. Queen, a female ruler or the wife of a king. The queen greeted the crowd with a smile. Query, a question or request for information. He sent a query to customer support. Question, something you ask to get information. She asked a question about the test. Ways to use question. She asked me a difficult question. Can you answer this question? Sometimes I ask myself a question. Am I on the right path? I wonder if he will call me. Queue, a line of people or to wait in line. They stood in a long queue for tickets. We queued for an hour at the bank. Queue, used more in British English, and line, used in American English, both refer to a group of people waiting their turn. There was a long queue outside the museum. We waited in line for over an hour. Note: in American English, queue is rare in speech, but used in technical contexts, like a queue of downloads or queue in programming. Quibble, to argue about small, unimportant details. Don't quibble over the price, it's fair. The word quibble sounds a bit formal or literary, and it's not very common in everyday English. Instead, people often use nitpick, which is much more frequent in daily conversations. She always nitpicks about my grammar instead of listening to what I'm saying. Don't nitpick. The project looks great overall. Quick, happening fast. I need a quick answer to my question. She's a quick learner. Quiet, not noisy. The baby finally fell asleep in the quiet room. Quietly, in a quiet way, she closed the door quietly. Quit, to stop or give up. He quit his job last week. She quit smoking last year. Quite, to a degree or fully, depends on context. I'm quite tired. That's quite right. Quiz, a short test. We had a history quiz today. Questionnaire? Please fill out the customer questionnaire. Quota, a fixed share or maximum amount. The factory reached its production quota. Quote. Here is a famous quote from Albert Einstein. Imagination is more important than knowledge. In your essay, you should quote reliable sources to support your arguments. Besides meaning a citation, quote can also refer to a price estimate or offer. The plumber gave us a quote for the work. Can you give me an estimate for the repairs? We need a cost estimate before starting the project. Their website has a full pricing page. My budget for painting the house is $450. The quote the painter gave me for painting the whole house is $500. We need to stay within budget. Quench. To stop a feeling such as thirst or to put out a fire. This drink will quench your thirst. The firefighters quickly quenched the fire. Quench your curiosity. To satisfy your curiosity by finding the information you want. I watched the documentary to quench my curiosity about space. Quest. A long and determined search for something important. He went on a quest to find the treasure. Quirky. Unusual or different in an interesting or charming way. She has a quirky sense of humor. He's a quirky guy, always wearing mismatched socks. Quota system. A system that limits or controls the number or amount of something. The company uses a quota system for hiring. Quorum. The minimum number of people needed for a meeting or vote to be official. The meeting can't start without a quorum. Quilt. A thick blanket made of 2 layers of fabric, with soft filling inside, used on a bed. My grandma made a patchwork quilt. Great job! Now you know useful English words with Q. Keep practicing, and you'll grow your vocabulary step by step. See you in the next video.